contributions for this upcoming college there. And then he moved to Veterinary College Hisar as dean in 1964 and served there for a brief period. And when he joined as director Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Ayatnagar, in July, 16 July. And then he again made a history of by serving at the National Institute, Makkah of Veterinary Science, IVRI, for 16 years, and then superannuated from this post of Director IVRI in 1982. And these photos, some from the gallery, they are there with the personalities. This is the top one left-hand side. This was the farewell given in 1964. I was there as a student there, BVSC student. Then middle one, farewell at Hisar. Then right one with President V.V. Giri, who visited the IVRI to inaugurate the Spy-Shapability Foundation stone laying. Then bottom one with Prime Minister Ms. Indira Gandhi. He is discussing some scientific matter. In the middle, he is seen with the then President of India, Shri Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, and DG ICR, Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. And then again on the right hand side, he is with President R. Venkatraman. Next, please. Now, though he was a pathologist by virtue of his degree in pathology, but as rightly said by Dr. Somvanshi, he was 1 in 3, or we can say 1 in all also. As far as the veterinary science is concerned, he was a pathologist, he was a noted microbiologist, and he was a virologist. And the work he started at Mathura, that indicates that he covered all these areas and guided the PG students. And there were several first reports made of the isolation of pathogenic bacteria, viruses, and including the slow viral diseases. Very few microbiologists in those times were aware that there's something, a term like slow virus. And the important areas he covered, or his team covered, included listeriosis and salmonellosis, the two important zoonotic diseases, bacterial diseases. And in salmonellosis, they isolated a number of new serotypes for the first time, which were named as Salmonella Mathura, Salmonella Vrindavan, Salmonella Govardhan, and like that. Now, mycoplasmosis or the PPLO work, also Dr. C.M. Singh's team was the first to do, and of course, simultaneously, IVRI also did very good work on mycoplasmosis. Then bovine lymphosarcoma was another area on which Dr. C.M. Singh and his team did very good work. And the XZT, MIDI, Visna, all these diseases of sheep, particularly and goat, they were all investigated at Mathura by him. He was a very good teacher and researcher. And he guided several eminent veterinarians for their master's and doctoral program in all these three disciplines, pathology, bacteriology, and virology, as I already said. Later, he joined, as I said earlier, Dean, Veterinary College, Mathura, and there also, sorry, not Mathura, Hisar, there also he made notable contributions, followed at Ayatnagar. Actually, he was an institution builder. He built the institutes, including starting from Mathura, Department of Pathology and Bacteriology. Then again at Hisar as Dean, he made notable contributions. And at IVRI, as we all appreciate, that when he joined there, the IVRI had only 5 divisions, but he expanded the institute considering uh, the modern, requirement for the animal health and production. And there were 21 full-fledged divisions, and not only the divisions, he made several institutions like the uh, Poultry Institute at what we now call Kerry at Ayatnagar campus. It was bifurcated from the IVRI, and also the Goat Institute at Magdum near Mathura. Also, he was a product from IVRI. Even the what we call CARI Port Blair, there also the one part of there was a campus of IVRI earlier, and but later ICR decided that agriculture, veterinary, and all these branches and they were mixed, put together, and it was uh, a new institute was created there, and that is doing very good work for Northeast. Then high security animal disease laboratory was another contribution uh, which came out at Bhopal. It was uh, a brainchild of Dr. CM Singh, and now this laboratory is known all over world. This is recognized by OIE for avian influenza, and it is doing the diagnosis of exotic diseases and presently including COVID-19 and bird flu, and very good research work is going on the for developing diagnostic facilities and vaccines for the exotic disease. Next, please. Then, rightly, IVRI is called as Makkah for veterinarians, and rather it is the mother campus. And the one of the beauty for the IVRI, particularly for which Dr. CM Singh played the major role, that the campuses, whether it is a mother campus, and he created other campuses subsequently, including the IVRI Bangalore for developing foot and mouth disease vaccine. And a P3 laboratory was created. And at that time, that Bangalore laboratory, P3 laboratory, was the only laboratory having this facility in the country. And when this Bhopal laboratory came, at that time, that was also the uh, P4 laboratory to do work on infectious diseases. So ultimately, after his retirement from IVRI, Dr. CM Singh continued to work for the profession with the same zeal and any, without non-stop. And then he realized that the veterinary education needs to be upgraded, not only at IVRI, but or say other important institutions, but throughout the country. And our veterinary colleges should be the best one in the world. And then for that purpose, he created Veterinary Council of India and also the National Academy of Veterinary Sciences, which looks after the quality of veterinary education, veterinary practice, and all academic and professional manners for the veterinarians, for the profession, and for animal health and production. He was responsible for numerous international you see, collaboration and interaction, including FAO, WHO. He attended number of national, international seminars and presented the work they were doing in India. Next, please. Then the recognitions and honors Dr. CM Singh got, uh, they include the honoris causa after his retirement, DSc degree from number of universities, including uh, from Chandrasekhar Azad University of Agriculture Technology, Kanpur in 1982, and again in 1990 from IVRI itself, IVRI Deemed University, IVRI awarded DSc degree in 1992 to Dr. Singh. Then in 1997, GV Pant University of Agriculture and Technology, Pandnagar, also awarded him DSc degree. In 1999, West Bengal University of Animal and Fisheries, Calcutta, they the honorary DSc degree. Then in 1999, Dr. Somanshi already explained that with the inspiration and blessings of Dr. C.M. Singh himself, the Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, Bareilly was initiated. The trust is doing very good work, but Dr. Somanshi pointed out the limitation of funding, and I think this audience, which is today joined here, uh, we should see that we uh, make more members and people come forward to join for this noble cause. And these are again some photographs given here, including IVRI, Isaac Nagar campus, and again the modular laboratory building of IVRI, which was one of the excellent building when it came out. Now it is more than I think 40 years old building. Next, please. So uh, he breathed last in 2005, but fortunately, IVRI and Kerry, we could listen him. He came to visit IVRI campus in January 2005, and he gave a very uh, uh, illuminating uh, talk, standing at that age for more than hour. He said, "Oh, I will speak by standing," and he shared his uh, views, particularly the philosophy of life. And as some of us uh, know that he was a follower of Holy Gita, so he will quote extensively from Gita. And actually, his life was just like a Karam Yogi, and he did his best to raise the standard of profession in India and abroad. And I here give only one example before I stop. His way of working. Now, after he retired from IVRI, as you know that the rinderpest, which is now eradicated, India got the eradication approval of OIE in 2006. But the vaccination started by another stalwart, Dr. Dattar, the then director of IVRI in 1954. It went on. The disease incidence was reduced, but it was not being eliminated. Now and then the outbreaks will be there, and continuous vaccination was not an economic proposition. Then the government of India they made a national task force to give for the successful eradication, and Dr. C.M. Singh was the chairman of this task force. The task force was made in April, I think, in the last week of April uh, in 1982, and this task force gave recommendation before December same year, and those recommendations actually they were implemented, and they gave the roadmap that how this disease could be eliminated within 5 6 years, and that happened. So that was his way of working and his enthusiasm, his dedication, and we have seen that in the for functioning of VCI and National Academy of Veterinary Sciences also. Next, please. So I think that is the last slide, and Dr. Somanshi has already explained some of these pictures. So I think I stop here. Thank you very much for your patience hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation and shedding light on the academic life of Dr. C.M. Singh. Now, proceeding further with the event, we will now felicitate our guests for the event, Dr. Tirpati, Sri Sanjaya Garwal ji, and Dr. Rameshwar Singh. Firstly, I will request Dr. J.K. Prasad to read the citations of Dr. B.N. Tripathi and proceed with his felicitation. Sir, please do the honors.
Thank you, Dr. Gargi. So now I'll read the citation of Honorable Dr. B.N. Tripathi, sir. Dr. B.N. Tripathi, sir, he'll be felicitated with Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture Award 2020. So I'm going through the citation first. Dr. B.N. Tripathi born on 20th July 1962. Graduate from Veterinary College, Mathura, UP. Now, Uttar Pradesh Pandit Din Dayal Upadhyay Veterinary Science University and Cattle Research Institute in 1984, and MVSc and PhD from Indian Veterinary Research Institute, UP, in 1987 and 1990 respectively. He joined ARS in 1990 and served various institutions of Indian Council of Agricultural Research, including IVRI Ajatnagar, before joining at ICR headquarters as Deputy Director General Animal Sciences. On 30th January 2020, Dr. Tripathi served as Head of Division of Animal Health at Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute, Bikanagar, Director of National Institute of Animal Health, Government of India, Bagpat, Director of ICR National Research Center on Equines, and Project Director, National Center for Veterinary Type Cultures, Hisar. Under his leadership, NRC Equine Hisar received Sardar Patel Outstanding ICR Institute Award. He has made pioneering contribution on immunopathology, diagnosis, and vaccine development for various infectious diseases of livestock, especially jaundice disease, equine glanders, influenza, herpes virus, EPR virus infections, etc. He has been granted one patent and submitted 3 new patents. Dr. Tripathi has published more than 150 original research papers in peer-reviewed national and international journals, iBooks, 5 manuals, and edited 3 conference proceedings. Dr. Tripathi is on the Faculty of Veterinary Pathology, IVRI, since 1993 and has guided 13 postgraduate students. He has visited a number of countries, namely UK, Denmark, Australia, Japan, and Bhutan for postdoctoral research and other academic purposes. His scientific and research contributions have been duly recognized by several awards: Best Teacher Award for the IVRI, IAVP Dr. Chen Outstanding Pathologist Award, International Wellcome Trust Fellowship London, IAVP, Best Research Paper Awards, IAVP, Best PhD Thesis Award for his students, etc., and 5 different types of prestigious fellowships. He is Diplomat of Indian College of Veterinary Pathologists since 2008. Dr. Tripathi has served as Chief Editor of Indian Journal of Veterinary Pathology and IAVP newsletter, Relation, Secretary ICVP, and Secretary General IAVP. Presently, he is President of Indian Association of Veterinary Pathologists. Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, Bareilly, Uttar Pradesh, feels great honor in conferring the 8th Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture Award 2020 on Dr. V.N. Tirpati on the occasion of Dr. C.M. Singh Jayanti, some Indian Veterinary Doctors Day webinar 30th 2020, organized at Bihar Veterinary College, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna, for his outstanding contributions in the advancement of veterinary sciences in India. Now, I'd like to request Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna, to felicitate Dr. B.N. Tripathi, sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. I do hereby confer Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture Award 2020 upon Dr. B.N. Tripathi, Deputy Director General Animal Sciences. Congratulations to Dr. Tripathi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr.
Congratulations, sir.
Great honor.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, sir. It's a great honor.
Now I'd like to invite Dr. B.N. Tirpati, sir, for Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture 2020 on the topic Transforming Livestock Production Through Technology Intervention and Policy Reforms. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, audible.
So, thank you and a very good morning to all of you. First of all, my greetings from Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Very Honorable Dr. Ramesh, Vice Chancellor of Bihar Animal Science University. Today's guest of honor. Let me start my lecture today. MP Yadav, former Director of Indian Veterinary Research Institute and former Vice Chancellor of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel University of Agriculture and Technology, Merit. Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dean of Bihar Veterinary College. Dr. Somansi, Dagnajar and Honorary Secretary of C.M. Singh Trust. Other very distinguished officials of Dr. C.M. Singh Trust, the President Dr. Abel Malhotra, and the Vice President Dr. S.K. Garwal and Dr. Kataria. Other very distinguished senior officer of Bihar Animal Science University. And I'm seeing that a very distinguished veterinarian, former director of IBRI, Dr. R.K. Singh, and also very distinguished veterinarian. I'm looking at Dr. Nagendra Sharma ji, a former director of NDRI and Vice Chancellor of ISCOS Jammu. And all veterinary faculty, veterinary scientists were associated and have been linked with this webinar and this celebration. And ladies and gentlemen, so this is a very auspicious day that we are celebrating today, the 98th birth anniversary of Doyen of Veterinary Science, Dr. C.M. Singh today. And I am very fortunate to be the part of this celebration. It's a historic day for all of us that this celebration is being done at Bihar Veterinary College, where this man has stepped in, the first step to start a very long journey and unending journey, which we started. And still people around the country, across the country, even around the world, they are being associated with this journey to fulfill his dream and to fulfill the development of veterinary science, research and other things in the country. Dr. C.M. Singh, I've listened some of his very few lectures, 1 or 2 lectures. And also since I belong to the same area from Azamgarh district, and I know Dr. C.M. Mrs. also belong to another village very nearby to just 1.5 kilometers from village Dagraha. So my attachment to Dr. C.M. Singh and his family is further strengthened with that also. And when I reached a veterinary college Mathura in 1980, the first man that I was told that belonged to this area from Stern UP was Dr. C.M. Singh and Dr. R.B. Singh. These are the people that I have been told there. So Dr. C.M. Singh was such a brilliant scholar since his very beginning. And when he completing his graduation from Bihar Veterinary College, he never turned back. Starting from his journey as a veterinary surgeon in the field, then coming to Mathura Veterinary College as demonstrator, and then going to Michigan State University for doing his MS and PhD, and again coming back to Mathura Veterinary College, is professor and head of pathology and bacteriology. And then in a very short period, he became dean of Hisar Veterinary College at the very youngest age. At the age of 44 years, he became director of IBRI. So you can see the kind of mind he has, and the kind of vision he was carrying with him to really ride the fate of this country. Friends, and this was coupled with a great honesty, with a great integrity, selfless service to the nation. All this had made him a great man, a great visionary. He could have thought many things which he could never have done it. Some of the examples that some of his work that Dr. M.P. Yadav has very clearly said, that when we can never think of a P4 laboratory, he started thinking in 1980s, early 80s. And the dream was fulfilled in around 1995 when a first P4 laboratory came to this country. And the medical faculty has never thought of that what exactly is P3, P4 laboratory. And his dialogue was the one it was set up. And only after 15 years, the medical fraternity they could think of to having a laboratory at NIB Pune. So he was just around maybe around 30 years before the thinking of medical fraternity. So with this vision, this person was working for this country. Starting from only a 5 division, making to around 21, 22 divisions at IBRI. And in fact, I would like to say that the research is actually started from his vision only in India. Veterinary research started by Dr. C.M. Singh only. And then the development and the inclusive growth of veterinary science by opening so many divisions at IBRI, which is called the Mecca of veterinary science. What was the real thing that we could mention? His contribution was so monumental for the development of veterinary science and education. He knew what is the importance of Veterinary Council of India, which you could know it. To set the standard of veterinary education in the country. There are some of things, and then academic. How academically we can also contribute to the country. So there are some of the contribution that made him a strong man, and his vision is still going on. We are all being attached with Dr. C.M. Singh Trust, and will try to fulfill his dream. And that's why I use the word unending journey. People will come and go, but his vision and Dr. C.M. Singh will remain on this earth. Friends, I'm grateful today to the CM Memorial Lecture Award. I do not know whether I is conferment by we have to contribute. Veterinary science and animal science is the one. Existence is attached. Global security is that. It's not only global food security and nutrition, global security itself, existence itself is attached with the animals, with the biodiversity. And therefore, I chosen a topic to really see that how the livestock is going to transforming nowadays with the latest technology and the policy reforms. I'm really honored today to be part of this. And again, I thank all the organizers, Dr. C.M. Singh Trust, to having chosen me for this award, and Dr. Rameswar Singh for having given this opportunity to celebrate at Bihar Veterinary College, where he started his first journey. So this is a really historic day today, and I'm very grateful to all of you. So let us not waste much time, and we are already, we are going with the 11:40 almost. So let us start my lecture on transforming Indian livestock through the policies, technology intervention, and the policy reforms. Please, we can share the slide.
I've specifically chosen the topic on transforming Indian livestock production through technology intervention and policy reforms. Because in a country like India, where there is a huge biodiversity of animals, and how these animals are going to secure the economy of the country in terms of production, in terms of nutritional security, providing to the people of the country, and it also generates employment for the rural people, and also it offers in the terms of economic returns and social cultural value of the farmers' family also lies with the number of animals that they have. Regarding production of livestock produced such as milk, meat, wool, hides, and so many byproducts that cause really the country's economy as such. Now today, if you look at the challenges of livestock production, there are many. We have a different kind of livestock production system in the country. Can be open, it can be semi-intensive, intensive, depending on the region to region, and the kind of system that we are going to adopt. The poor productivity of livestock is another challenging task that we have to look into it. If you look at the data, the crossbred production is hardly 7.85 kg. Indigenous cow, the average yield is per day yield is 3.85 kg. Non-described cow is still less, it is hardly 2.5 kg. Indigenous buffalo it is 6.34 kg, and non-described buffalo even it is less 4.35 kg. So the poor productivity of livestock is certainly the problem because of a poor genetic makeup of the animal. And in addition to that, there are a huge number of non-descript population in the country, and the shrinkage of land for use in animal husbandry is another factor that leads to insufficiency of feed, food, fodder, etc. In addition to that, we have got reproductive problems in animals in terms of the increased intercropping period and enhanced area puberty, etc. That leads to poor productivity in the animal. And on top of that, we have a lack of high quality germplasm for the productive enhancement of the animal. There are a lot of diseases that have been occurring in this country and affecting the economy of the country, and a huge economic losses may also occur. And I know that the public investment is also not very sufficient and optimum to address all these problems. Now, in this scenario, taking the background, I would like to focus on about animal husbandry sector's contribution to Indian economy and society. What are the animal genetic resources and how its characterization, inventorization, and conservation is important for India. And further to this, we have to look into the how livestock improvement and some of the historical and current perspective application of recent breeding technology that can be adopted to enhance the productivity of the animals. And there's some of the reproductive technology that has been used throughout the world to enhance the productivity of the animal will also be discussed. And finally, we'll come up with the nutritional management and some of the nutritional technology and its innovation has led to the better production in the animals. And finally, we'll end up with the animal health management in the country and that also requires some policy intervention in the farms. If you go for the animal husbandry contribution, we find that growth rate of agriculture sector stood only 2.87 per annum during 2011 to 18. But it has been possible because of the growth of around 7.25% in the livestock sector. In this middle group alone accounts for around 67% of value of the output sector. Now we see the share of livestock in GDP in agriculture sector. It has been increasing over the years, and during 17-18 it has been found to be 27.4% to the agriculture sector. And currently, if you go for the 2019-20 data, it is over 33% to the GDP of the agriculture sector. So the share of subcomponent in livestock sector value at the constant price of 2011-12, we can here see that milk is a major product that contributes around 66%, and then followed by meat group at 22.3%, and then dung, etc. Contributes around 3.23%, and egg around 5.36%. In 2017-18, The milk alone accounted for 66%, and the share of meat, egg, and dung stood for these percentages respectively. The milk production in the country has alone stood 187 million ton, and it has increased by 6.5% from the previous years. If you look at the growth rates of major livestock products, you find that if you compare as a decadal growth from 1950 to around 210-19, you find that milk growth has gone from 1.67% to 5.56%. And similarly, eggs from 4.67% to 6.45% during the current decade. Now, the egg production stands at around 103.32 billion numbers, and which has grew about 8.5% over the previous years. There has been reduction in production of wool of the country because of the decreasing population of sheep and goats. If you go for the various data on milk production, decadal milk production, milk availability to per capita, and milk growth, we find that milk during independence years in 1950 it was hardly 17.8 million ton, but now it is in 2019-20 it is around 187.8 million ton. The per capita availability of milk currently is around 395 gram, which has increased much since whenever we compare from 1950. Similarly, if you look at the milk production, you can see here that milk growth has occurred. It's not even, but sometimes it is found to be uneven. When I see the kind of the developmental program that country has begun since independence, that has clear-cut indication in this graph as well. Now we see on the trend of egg production, and find that from 1.8 billion eggs now it is during 18-19 it is 103.3 billion eggs, and the per capita availability is 79, which is far more than 5 eggs during 1950. So, similarly, in the case of meat production, during 1998 was 1.8 million ton, and currently it is 8.1 million ton. So it shows that how it has gone through the major changes, and productivity has increased during the last few decades. Now, coming to the huge diversity and the population of livestock in the country, we find that cattle population since 1997, it has been quite stabilized. There's not much increase since then. Of course, during 1950, there was an increase of huge increase, and that increase is still not maintained. When we compare our data with the 2012, it is hardly, only 3 million livestock. I mean, cattle has increased. In case of buffalo, there's a tremendous increase in the population. If you compare from 1951 till date, now we have got 109.85 billion. Similarly, goat population has increased tremendously, 215% increase. Sheep has also increased around 90%, and similarly the pig, 105%. But pig population has decreased from the last census, and so on and so forth. So there is huge diversity. And when we see the proportion of different animal species, we find that cattle are around 36%, and buffalo is 20.4%, and the sheep is around 13.8%, and goat is 27.4%, and besides so they constitute the total 536.76 million animals in this country. Now, if we talk of poultry in the country, we find that commercial chicken and backyard chicken, the current census is at 851.81 million poultry in the country, and backyard poultry around 317 million. Whereas commercial one is around 534 million. And if we compare this data over the last census, we find that roughly there's a 45% increase in the backyard poultry. But in the case of commercial poultry, it has increased only 4.5%. So that there is a tremendous increase in the population of backyard poultry over last census that indicates that the popularity of backyard poultry that can be really reflected due to our efforts, our ICR efforts in developing a lot of backyard poultry breeds in the country. Now, this slide is a little more important because I would like to mention here that when we categorize these animals, different breeds, we find that large population of animals are still nondescript. If you see this nondescript animals, 60% of African cattle are nondescript. Buffalo it is around 43%, goat is more than 61%, sheep is about 39%, pig is around 73%, and camel is 28%, and case of horse it is more than 80%. So these animals are nondescript, and therefore there's a problem in going for the conservation and also the propagation in the country. We have taken ICR has taken this task to characterize all breeds, and till date, ICR has characterized about 200 different breeds of different species of animals. For example, buffalo 17, cattle 50, goat 34, sheep 44, pig 10, horses 7, donkey 2, camel 9, and similarly chicken 19, and duck 2 breeds and geese. So these breeds are characterized, and still not many things breeds have been characterized. Now, we see go for this conservation. There are many challenges. How to go with this? How to conserve these genetic resources in India? We have an incomplete inventory of Indian livestock and poultry, and the lack of national state vast list for certain breeds, insufficient patronage to native breeds in small herd size. There's also lack of legal support to protect animal genetic resources. We don't have any legal framework to protect them. Inadequate funding, of course, is always problems for conservation of animal genetic resources. The genetic diversity due to indiscriminate breeding and crossbreeding operating long time in the country is also one of the reasons for the dilution of our breed. Then focus on few highly productive breeds. It has been a customary and conventionally only 3-4 breeds have been given attention, and therefore other livestock resources has not been taken care of, and that has led to the negligence and not been characterized as such. And then we have to go for see the policy intervention. What policy intervention can be done for the improvement of these? So, Government of India has framed the policy in 2013. We have a national livestock policy, and this policy has a broad framework that describes what has to be done with regard to breed. But when you go to the state, then the breeding policy will be different for the different species of livestock. And in India, you know that livestock is a state subject, and therefore each state should have its own policies. The own breeding policies, of course, in tune with overall guidelines that have been given by the Government of India. And it has been seen that a state who have already have their breeding policy, and they witness that their getting the sources are being conserved well. Cattle and buffalo improvement programs. If you go just from historical perspective, that it is not that this cattle and buffalo improvement program has been going pre-independence era also. When this Imperial Institute of Husbandry and Dairy was established at Bangalore, that's the campus now, the campus of India now. And then Royal Commission on Agriculture, that was put up by Government of India, in 1928 launched a premium policy scheme. Then Indian Council of Research started West Indian Sahiwal in 1941. And similarly, 2 experts were also called in 1937 and 1938, were invited to the government, and they approached adoption of crossbreeding in those times. And they recommended that improvement of indigenous cattle by means of selective breeding of indigenous cattle only. In 1944, again, government invited another expert, and they advised government to go for the crossbreeding. And since then, if you see in the post-independence scenario, and I see a recommendation of Guru Seva Sangh, put down systematic step was taken to improve the country. And the first 5-year plan, key village schemes were started. And so the second 5-year plan, then 197 blocks and 64 urban AI centers were taken. And similarly, intensive care petrol development project was started. And the 31 ICDP at the beginning of fourth 5-year period, and that was increased by 126 at the end of 1991-92. And similarly, cross-breeding schemes like Industry Project, Kerala, Indo-German project, etc. at Palampur, the Indo-Dennis project, Indo-Swiss project, and finally, in the field wall project, that was the last 30 years has been going on by Central Super Research, and cattle made it, and it has achieved something very remarkable as far as animal productivity is concerned. And then also the cross-breeding was also not by back from other semi-government organizations. Then in post-independence area also, during the decade 1970-81, there was Operation Flood. Then Operation Flood, it goes up to 94. So when I was showing you that the milk production graph decade has changed, you find that during those periods, there was a tremendous increase in the milk. Then National Livestock Mission was started. The National Dairy Plan Phase 1 is running currently. And then a national program for bovine breeding and dairy development initiated in 12 5-year plan. And currently, Rashtriya Gokul Mission, several programs are going for the cattle improvement, breed improvement, and perhaps that are going to help the country in increasing the productivity of animals. Now, the cattle, as you see from the AICRP that ICR is running, there was a clear-cut, distinct increase in the productivity of animals over the last 1 decade. You can see the gain, there was improvement of over 25% of milk from 1875 to 2,344 kg. And then concrete also with a 20% improvement. And similarly, in Sahiwal, there was improvement of around 24.34%. Feed war is simply developed by ICR. It has around having the 5 units hosting feed and 3 units blood from Sahiwal. It has been developed, and it has a target of 4,000 kg of milk with 4% butter fat and 300 days lactation. It was declared as a breed in November 2019, and trademark has been registered in the same month, same year. These are some of the ways you can see how it looks, and Sahiwal and Fieldwall that was a crossbred developed by ICR. Then if you go to technology intervention, still now we have been doing our selection program for meat testing with conventional method. Now multiple approaches are there everywhere and being adopted by some of the country. Only have been doing a candidate gene approach, and they push for different on different genes, and then fertility candidate approach, climate resilient genes have been identified, and some disease resistance and MSC gene have been identified. RFPD has been widely used for the characterization, and similarly quantitative local mapping has been widely used for characterization of breed. And by functional genomics, the microarrays, and the RNA sequencing, and proteomics of some variables are being done. But things have not led really to help in the genetic selection of animals until the commencement of a very ambitious project on National Bovine Genomics genomic project by Government of India, where ICR is doing this work. And similarly, along with ICR, one more organization, NIAB, Bangalore, is also working on development of genomic chip. And both ICR and they have developed genomic chip, high density genomic chip, and they have a SIP marker of more than 5,85,000, and for Buffalo, 5,80,000 markers have been already developed. And they are under testing, the validation on thousands of animals in coordination with BAF at Rajkot. And it has been found that while validating the chip, the call rate per chip for cattle and buffalo is found to be more than 99%. And this, it is supposed that this high density SNP chip developed each for cattle and buffalo shall be applicable for genomic system diversity analysis. You can also be shown within 1 year. Buffalo, as you know, it is a black gold, we call as, and it is a symmetrically recognized breed, and the majority, in spite of being only 36% of population, they are contributing 49% of total milk in the country. And the recent buffalo population, around 110 million, accounts for 57% of total world buffalo population. And some of the best mixed breed like Murrah, Mehsana, Jafrabadi, Bani, are in India. And Murrah is one of the best one. And you see there are 6 states that contribute 60% of countries' milk: Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, and Punjab. Now, the similarly for genetic improvement of buffalo program is going on in Murrah buffalo and Nili Ravi. And if you see the improvement, around 26 to 27% have been found to be there within maybe around 25 to 25 years improvement. So this improvement is not small, and through this originally tested bull, they have been run with around 13 centers in the country, and they are doing well as far as buffalo improvement is concerned. Now the next plan and the current plan, which are going to have some more breed are going to be included in addition to Murrah and Nili Ravi. Then goat is a hand of animal that has tremendously improved in terms of milk production and then meat production, and also we have seen that from the states like Punjab, Haryana, and Rajasthan, where the top 3 states from goat production is concerned. Then through AICRP again, we have got 21 centers, and you can see the map where are different locations. So the AICRP center are running, and along with the farmer center also, field units are also involved there, and you can see that how many farmers they have adopted it, how many goats have been distributed. It was covered in this farmers having benefited success stories and health measures. And 15 breeds currently we are taking this project for the improvement, and that improvement has been really seen on practically also in the rural areas. Some of the best breed you can see Jamnapari, Barbary, and Jayanti. Similarly, sheep we call it the 5-star animal products in which meat, milk, fiber, skin, and manure. And each product's population trend has been increasing, except for a dip during 2007-2012, and currently we have 74.26 million of sheep, and they also contribute around 58% in the meat of total meat production of 8.1. Some of the best breed crossbred have been developed by CWRI, and with half Merino, Italian, Gandhi synthetic strain, and with food production, and Avishan, one of the star breeds recently, making the 3 breed cows, Garwal, Patanwadi, and Malpura. This for meat production, and they produce it triplet and quadruplet. Garwal is second gene has been taken. Patanwadi, because we require milk, so Patanwadi is a milk breed, so Patanwadi bird is there, and Malpura of course is for meat, so Malpura is from Rajasthan breed. So all these 3 breeds together they have crossed, and they have found a very good Avishan breed. And then similarly, other development work, lot of germplasm being distributed in the field. Here's all the performance of the network project. You can see for the Marwari, Deccan, and Yellow, and they are doing wonderfully well at the field level also. And also you can see for the Madras and Magra for a performance. And this is your Avishan having a quadruplet. So you can imagine that you can from one sheep you can get just a triple amount of meat. And you can see the Alkaline is also developed as CWRI, and Bharat Merino is the annual breed that was developed. It is for a great region of the country. Pig has been the most efficient food converter after broiler chicken, and you can see its population has increased since independence, but during the last 5 years the population has gone down a little, and currently it is around 9.5 million. And pig is one is in high demand, and turnover is little less because it is slaughtered for meat purposes quite well in comparison to its production. And if you see some of our ICR developed 9 crossbred varieties, and they are doing wonderfully well in comparison to the native breed, indigenous breed, where we get litter size of 4 to 5. Here, all these varieties they go for 8 to 10 size of litter size, and then when you go for the body weight at 8 months of age, in indigenous breed we find hardly 45 kg. But when you compare with crossbred varieties, we find that weight is more than 70 to 90 kg at 9 months of age. So almost they increase of about 80%. So almost a doubling of formal incomes concept can be fulfilled here. And then coming to poultry, as I told that chicken is a major share, and other diversified poultry is hardly 4% that comes under this category. And backyard poultry has improved tremendously over last census, about 45%, and currently the backyard poultry population is over 317 million, and commercial is 434 million. The total population comes to 51 million. And you can see that production also it has increased tremendously since 1950. It has reached to 103.3 billion now. In X, and the per capita availability has increased from 5 to 79. That is a tremendous achievement in the poultry sector. Not many varieties of poultry. There is also developed backyard poultry, like Van Raja. And you can see there, they also produce 110 to 120 eggs. The profit from bird is 300 to 350. Gram Priya has again 160 to 180 eggs. And then some Sveta Priya and Singh, backyard poultry that has been developed by our Directorate of Poultry Research in Hyderabad. And similarly, some of the breed like Krishi Bro and Shilaya that producing eggs to 280 eggs per year. They are really wonderful breeds that can be used. And with the ICRP we are running around 25 Mirafi projects, and the ICRP centers are there, and many poultry breeds have been developed by CRI, by KBS, and then by Hyderabad, and then also meat breed also has been developed by CRI, and Ajit. And like some of the backyard poultry like Pratap Dharan, Kamrupa, and then Narmada Nidhi, Jharsin, Him Samriddhi. Yeah, breeds that backyard poultry that have been developed based on the native breed, the local breed, and they are doing wonderfully well in all their locations. And you can see that how the backyard poultry have been now spread throughout the country by our ICR Institute. More than 90 lakhs now is supplied, and we have seen the result that how backyard poultry population is increasing over the years. And then technology intervention is also there in the poultry sector, and the market assisted selection is going on. It is now being faster improvement of body weight, and that has been seen that the improvement of body weight at 6 weeks was achieved more than 30% body weight. And similarly, knockdown broiler chickens for mass tracking is developed where a body weight at 6 of age was found to improve by 26%. So it's still a nice experimental state, but showing good promise on this technology like marker assisted selection, and also knockdown chicken for by using RNA technology is being done where the cholesterol and triglycerides are reduced by 20-24%. So such like technology is an experimental state, but very soon they are going to come in the market and be done. Just an estimate of some of the technology that ICR has developed, and found that in 5 years they have earned around 21,457 crore. So this is not a small money small revenue that could be generated by the technology of DPR. Also, our technology intervention that we have to take it into account, especially in nutrition, and what many technologies have come up in the near. Now, feed resources availability versus requirement. If you compare, nutrition is the most important part of livestock production, and cost of production requires around 70% of nutrition, and the land area for the product production is hardly 4.6%. And therefore, this had led to the deficit of dry fodder to the tune of 11%, and the green fodder around 31 to 35%, and the concentrated about 48%. Along with that, a lot of deficiency of minerals in every state and every regions. Now, what is to be done now? So, what is required to be done is the livestock and economics of feeding. Then, cost of conventional feed is very high and very variable, and therefore we need to have alternative resources, alternative strategy have to be adopted. Floods, droughts, where we always get feed and for a shortage, we have to go for the contingency measures. And in options, we have to go for the technology adoption, so that our competitive production of livestock can be achieved. It's not going better. Now, one of the most important things that our institute have developed is the mineral deficiency. They have found that many states they are deficient in minerals, and those mineral deficiency is not remains same. So when the profiling of deficiency in each state was done, a very good data have come up, and that has led to development of a area-specific mineral mixture for each zone, and this has really led to the adoption of this technology for benefit of the farmers and the animals. Now, if you use if animal is deficient in minerals, then it really affects reproduction, health, and diseases, and quality of milk is also not good. So these specific minerals, they are in micro quantity, but they are required for better reproduction, are required for improving the immunity of the animal, they are required for milk production and milk quality, they are required to prevent mastitis also, and fertility improvement is also there due to this. And during stress, they also help during the peak stress time. Then feeding management, some of the latest innovation is there. There have been methane emission research has been done, and some feed formulation have been developed. Urea molasses and mineral block technology is being used at many places, and Mustamin to see that although it improves the consumption rate up to 9%, milk production also it improves to 11%, and the red level have been found to 8.6 rupees per day. And then Compass complete feed block, then complete feed and total mixed ration, and the balanced ration, they have all led to increasing the productivity of animal while utilizing the regional resources. Then we have to go further. We have to look out the alternative agro-based resources. So there are the pineapples, some of the fruit industry where we find the other waste. So more than 70% of pineapple fruit is waste, and they've been processing in the industry. And if you see that the potential availability around 1.35 million tons every year, and when it is developed in the form of some animal feed, and it content was found to improve the productivity in animals. Similarly, erica seed for livestock feeding has been developed by United People North. And the novel method for fodder sprout production is one that has been tried in small scale. Farmers can use it. I will start with all additional hydroponic fodder like high class mold, like high card most. And then also the silage production in plastic drums, and another technology that has been developed, and it's easy for the small holders, where the 200 liters capacity costs in hardly 500 rupees, and milk feed has been found to be improved by 0.7 liters per day. Now, what we really recommend with regard to nutrition is that we have to encourage green fodder cultivation and conservation. And if then can we have start a scheme where the fodder first and concentrate nest and supplement follow can be initiated. Then provide incentive for the green fodder based animal agriculture. Many farmers, they don't want to go for the fodder production, they use their food only for production of crops and horticulture crops. But if some incentive is there, they will produce fodder crop also for the animals. The need of horticulture and vegetable waste, this is very important, and I have told some of the example I've given, that this can be taken at a large scale. and then a scheme to west, west to wealth, also can be initiated. The technology of scaling, a lot of technology has been developed, so therefore we need to go for the upscaling adoption in the country at a multi-centric location. And then promote startup and incentive with research and industry linkage. Regulate feed quality and safety. This is also another important area. And unconventional like tree fodder-based feeding system for methane mitigation, and then develop feed management models for contingency conditions that can also be there. And consumer-friendly export-import policy of our raw materials. Then technology intervention when it comes to the reproductive technology. We know that AI is the one that has been used for quite long, for several decades in the country, maybe around 7 decades. But if you see the total, even we have not been able to cover more than 25 to 30% of breedable cows and buffaloes under the AI coverage. According to 2019 census, we found the breedable bovine population includes about 26 million million, and then 48.5 million cattle and 51.1 million buffaloes. So they are the breedable population, and the latest breeding infrastructure that we have, so it's the largest one in the world. We have got some 54 frozen semen stations and more than 102,000 artificial centers in this country, and with production capacity of 90 million frozen semen every year. But they are sufficient only for 25 to 30% of breeding population. But the government aim on the target to go for the 50% AI coverage by 21-22, then we need to have 140 million doses with average consumption rate of 35 to 40%. And in this, a major limiting factor we find the availability of high number of quality goods. So if you see looking at the scenario in the country, and based on the assumption that 7,000 cows and 5,000 buffaloes may be covered with one bull under AI, and 100 cows and buffaloes will be covered with one bull through natural service, then the bull requirement of the country can be calculated. And we have an estimate that if you go for the 50% will be breedable population under AI, then we need around 7,000 bull, around 1,860 crossbred bull, and indigenous require around 3,465, and then buffalo require 5,100. But if you want to go for the 100% AI coverage with 35 to 40% consumption rate success, then in that case we need to have 3,715 crossbreds, and indigenous requires 6,930 and 10,220 bulls. So total comes to around 20,000. Nearly 20,000 bulls of cattle and buffalo are required to cover 100% AI with 35 to 40% consumption rate. So that is huge. And how you can achieve that? And then comes the third generation, second and third generation reproductive technology, micro fertilization and transfer, the animal cloning, and semen section technology for sex selection. So these technologies have already come up in India also, though it was started late, but now 17 centers have been developed for IVF and this transfer technology. Animal cloning itself, 2 ICR institutes are going well with buffalo. And you can see the current focus in buffalo cloning, including research in India, that is started from 2014. Now you can see that we've got 7 clones of the same bull and same Goro. And similarly, the work is also going on at Karnal, where they perfected this cloning technology, and they're coming with good male calves also. Perhaps we have to make some policy on how we are going to use these buffalo bulls. And if at all we adopt this technology, there must be a policy, there must be a way out, how and where, how long, and in which state to use these bulls. And then also in addition to the reproductive technology, there are reproductive aids, improved protocols have been developed, and they're really improving at every level, improved protocol for the preservation. I'm ready to use dorsal stimulus, then scrotal conference or circumference the parameter for bull selection also. Then one of the technology that has come recently from India is sperm dose reduction. Normally we use 20 million per dose. Now it is introduced to 12 million now. So you can see it almost decrease in about 60% reduction in the 40% reduction in the semen dose. So you can see that the amount of dose can be increased further while getting a safe consumption rate. And there are several other technology that are added in the reproduction in the field microscope to take the motility of the spermatozoa, the body fiber to the mainline are being developed. And the crystalloscope, the simplest technology has been developed to know the exact insemination time that has helped. And this technology has been developed by IVRI, and more than 20,000 units have been sold to different users. And then coming last to the disease sector, then animal disease management. If you look at the schedule in India, and if you add many important diseases causing economic losses, it comes around 1.5 lakh crore. It's not a small. It's not a small loss to the country. And we have got, though in fact the fact that we've got a very robust and very good system of disease surveillance mechanism, zero monitoring, and disease informatics still supported by veterinary infrastructure. And we know that more than 75,000 veterinarians are there in this country. And we have disease investigation laboratory across the country, where state laboratory, or it is the central laboratory, the regional laboratories, and they're interlinked with that. And keeping vigilance over emerging, re-emerging diseases, and then concern of new diseases, the preparedness in the country is also there in our system. And on top of that, to technological package dropping in development of diagnostic and vaccine, so that we can go for the use, for effective use and control of diseases. And all these success stories that we have eradicated 3 diseases in this country until date. Rinderpest is one very important devastating disease, and the one is congenital pneumonia, and the third is African heart sickness. So 3 diseases have been eradicated, that many diseases have come in the country. So how we can really go with that? So we have got a very good livestock health informatics organizational structure developed in the country, where ICR, University Division, and Animal Health Institute from ICR, then State Environment Department, Central Environment Department, Government, they are all linked with each other, and they are the source of information that has been compiled by the Nivedi, and it's been used by the digital informatics and the monitoring system. And then if you go for the surveillance, we are also running ADMAS, animal disease monitoring surveillance, where we've got 31 centers throughout the country, but the state laboratory, national laboratory, industry laboratory are cooperating at their coordinating centers, and they are looking after 13 diseases throughout the country, in addition to their regional requirement, the state requirement. Then we also developed a national animal disease reflex system that forecasts for about 12 to 13 diseases in the country, and they did 2 months before they just go for the forecasting and that helps in the control of diseases. Then, if you go for I was telling about the laboratory, how this laboratory they are linked to each other. In this country, we have got a central government laboratory, the Central Disease Laboratory at IVRI, and the 5 laboratories in the 5 regions, the North Regional Laboratory in Jayanti, the Western Laboratory in Pune, and South Laboratory, and Eastern Laboratory, and Northeastern Laboratory. And you can see the number of samples that have been realized as CDD alone. And similarly, there are many laboratories who are working on this. Now, in addition to this, we have got a very robust system of looking at investigating the emergence of exotic and emerging diseases in the country. And there are 21 diseases which are being continuously looked upon and investigated by our NISAR laboratory. Laboratory. And they have done a wonderful job in diagnostics. Most of the diseases which was recently an important one that comes from fever and lumpy skin disease. NISAR is the National Laboratory of National Laboratory Board of India, and it's also an elevated Y laboratory of India in 2019. And they're looking for 21 diseases. And similarly, we have got National Research Center, Deputy Laboratory Board of India at NRC, where they're looking after 10 diseases. And these two laboratories are responsible that all samples are being tested in this country. All feed products, animals that are being imported in this country are tested before they land on the Indian soil to avoid any kind of disease. These are the number of diseases, 10 diseases that are being really looked after. The government of India has also launched two of the programs, a very ambitious program, and FMD, we are all aware of that. And how we can see that FMD control program and viral vaccination throughout the country has resulted in the decrease of outbreaks from 2000 now just come to less than 200. So it is the clear-cut effect of vaccination and the control program. And similarly, you can see in case of pesticidal PPR control program. Simply just 1 year, you can see that how thorough there is change from 2018 to 2019, where you found a decreasing incidence of outbreak, and also this graph shows that how it is decreasing the outbreak. And the government of India aim is to control this disease by 2025, and freedom you can get in same year. And some of the important viral diseases like sheeppox, whorepox, and bluetongue, we have got good technology for diagnosis for control for the vaccine. And you can see that those sheep and goat poxes are slightly decreasing, but the bluetongue, in southern state, it is increasing. So this also we provided a kind of status of the disease in the country. And many other viral diseases like IBR, Japanese encephalitis, and PRS, in the case of pig, we're also looking for that. So if you look at the high pathogenic avian influenza, the disease outbreaks have been occurring since 2006, and we saw that playing a great role in controlling the disease, in diagnosing and controlling the disease from the country, and then declaring the state free wherever they occur. They want 203 outbreaks. Like we can see that from 2006, the spatial and temporal occurrence of disease has been shown in this figure from different states, different regions, and they have also a lot of subtypes also, 169 types and 34. There are also repository of the virus. Some of the bacterial diseases you can see, hemocyapasemia and then anthrax and black water. And you can see their diseases where diagnosis is perfect and effective vaccines are available. You can see that how the disease is decreasing over the last 20 years, and the effect of vaccination is very much there on the occurrence of disease. So the parasitic disease is also very important, like trypanosomiasis, especially thaliasis, and also we have pretty good diagnostic tests, even at the field level test and at the point of care diagnostic. Of course, the vaccine is not there, but we do have a vaccine against the human parasite like pneumococcal, which is in the development process. Then the status of emerging diseases. Some of the two diseases that have really disturbed many people here. You can see lumpy skin disease, the capillary pox viral disease, that first was reported in 2019. And within a year, it has almost spread to 20 states and union territories. It was very devastating disease. So it doesn't cause mortality, but morbidity is very high. And once it is endemic, it's very difficult to eradicate. And we have got the vaccine, capillary pox vaccine has been Several state for you, and many other states are using it. Let us see that the disease should be quickly eradicated from this country. After swine fever and the devastating viral disease of poultry after CSF. It has entered in the country very recently only this year, and it is still limited to Northeastern region, and that it was diagnosed by the witness was already there with NISA, diagnosed, and effective control program is already going on. It's in place in northern state. Now, coming to technology, this has been achieved. All these things I've shown to you, this disease status and the very robust system of this monitoring and surveillance using diagnostic tests that we have in this country for each and every disease. For each and every disease, we have got an area of diagnostic tests based on protein detection, based on detection. You can see the array of tests here from PCR to RC-PCR, district PCR, the institute hybridization, sequencing, RFLP, and PROS and genomics. But the recent test I would like to emphasize is that some of the isothermal tests. So they don't require very good equipment, the research and specific tests. There are RPA-based and CRISPR-based, which are nanoparticle-based. And similarly, in case of diagnostic techniques of entry detection or antibody detection, an array of tests are available from that, and all have been developed in this country as disease diagnostic. I like to make emphasis, as I was saying, for isothermal amplification. We know that a loop evaluate of thermal application on land-based people. So recently, a new test like recombinant polymerase and then also CRISPR-based combination with a great toll for identifying viral and bacterial genome in the highest frequency specificity. And this test, because it doesn't require any equipment, it's a very sensitive specific, require only 3 to 10 minutes time. And unlike PCR and RPA detection, it does not require any thermal cycle. And it can be done as a point of care with minimal resources. And now suitcase laboratory is available to detect many pathogens, as for example, it is dengue and Zika, chikungunya, influenza, Ebola, coronavirus, bacteria, tuberculosis, all these tests have been developed. And similarly, about nanoparticle-based point of care diagnostics now, and they are being sufficiently used. They are quick, sensitive, and they can be used in the veterinary as well from the new test. And the concept of multiplexing of assay is very important. To instead of doing one test for one disease at a time, it is better to go for the many pathogens. It will reduce the cost. It will reduce the time also, and it will not be less expensive. So here you can see the cost and the number of samples. As the number of samples increases, the cost increases. Here you can see. Now, some of the, there are a set of best example how we can go for the multiplexing of assay. You can take group of minus 30 viruses in complex, like viruses like VRS, VI3, VVD, VI adenoviruses, some bacteria like Menhim and Vertica, Pastel, hominis and Mycoplasma, and some biomarkers also you can detect by these. And a single domain universal panel you can have. And in one go, you can able to detect and investigate many diseases. So there were some advantages and the newer trend of diagnosis which is going on currently, but that has to be detected. That coming to the last group to vaccine, there are different types of vaccine variables. The killing vaccine, live vaccine, attenuated vaccine, subunit vaccine, and some of the novel vaccines are coming now, like mRNA vaccine, gene-related mutants vaccine, and the vector vaccine, plant-derived vaccine, DNA vaccine, nanoparticle vaccine. So they are the newer concept of the vaccine, and they have been tried in veterinary also. So one of the vaccine that is done recently by our Iceland Institute, like one particle vaccine for infectious vector disease, and is completely protecting the birds. And the other vaccine called Brucella, there was a mutant vaccine called as S19 Delta Per vaccine, and it's an improved version. It's potent and effective, and safer than S19 vaccine. This is also DIVA compatible and able to differentiate between vaccine and field system. So this vaccine has come to the rescue, and very soon it will be coming to the field. Technology has already been transferred. And then, very recently, last year, this ceremony vaccine was released. Excuse me. But the life attenuators classical solution vaccine. Earlier, we have the Latinized vaccine. And with this vaccine, was used to prepare after killing rabbits. Now, this is live automated vaccine of indigenous origin, and it's very cost effective now. And its immunity of immunity is also longer, 2 years. So immunity is longer, cost effective, and the price is hardly less than 5 rupees per dose. So that is a good vaccine that's going to help us. And then now newer vaccine now, we can't have a small vaccine, it is a mutant vaccine, and it could be a very good candidate for the modified live vaccine, and it was done by using bacteria artificial chromosome technology. And then another vaccine, the recombinant influenza, was developed by reverse scientific approach and could be a very good candidate for the swine influenza, where H1N1 this backbone
Tirpati साहब का बंदी है.
Thank you, sir. It was a very enlightening and informative lecture. It was an all-round view of the Indian animal husbandry sector, the challenges faced, and the steps needed to be taken for its upliftment. Now, moving further, I will request Dr. R. Soomvanshi to read the citations and proceed with the felicitation of our second guest for the event, Dr. Sanjaya Garwal ji, who is an eminent numismatist. Sir, please do the honors.
such like property in the milk could be there that can be used for its valuation and branding. And then modern breeding technology using genomic selection, assisted reproductive technology, faster replication of species are applied by preserving genetic variability. So this is the meaning of what I mean to say here. That we have to maintain genetic.
डॉक्टर सुमन सिंह अभी टॉक कंटिन्यू है, अभी दो स्लाइड बची हैं, 2 स्लाइड.
ओके
उसको कंटिन्यू होने दीजिए. लगता है बीच में ब्रेक हो गया था बीच में.
हाँ, बीच में ब्रेक हो गया था.
या लेट अस कंटिन्यू.
सर प्लीज.
सर
प्लीज कंक्लूड कर दें सर, या तो अजीत लास्ट
नहीं रहा वो.
लास्ट पर्सन है. ओके. वही वैसे शेयर करो जो पहले. एक ही तो है यार, वीडियो दूसरा नहीं चला.
So okay, let me conclude it. Dr. Soman Singh,
Please continue.
let me just conclude it very quickly in 2 minutes.
Sure.
I think it was a little more exhaustive than required. So let us summarize the entire talk in just 2 minutes. See, India is known as a huge animal biodiversity, and our utmost priority would be must be given to the conserve them. That is the number one, and then we should have a national and state breeding policy to address this conservation and breeding improvement and value addition to them. And currently available breeding technology using genomic selection and assisted reproductive technology for faster replication of superior germplasm while preserving the genetic variability is the most important. The third fourth will be to have a national strategy to devise the feed and fodder shortage. This is one of the most important that the country is facing current now. So we should go for low cost alternative feed resources, maybe used from the agro-waste and other feed resources, competitive livestock production, which should be economically viable. We should go for it. And then strengthening the healthcare and management system in the country through proactive research and technology, the backstopping to fight out emerging, re-emerging, and new diseases in the country, and preparedness for the future. And we have seen in last 2 decades that how many diseases have come to the country, and we have to really work for that. So with this, I thank you very much, and I acknowledge that. While preparing the slides, many student directors and ADGs will help me in preparation of this slide. I really acknowledge their help and contribution of preparing this talk. And I again thank the organizer and Dr. C.M. Singh Trust for having given this opportunity to share some of the views. And with this, once again, I thank all of you, all the listeners, having patient listen to the talk. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We are honored by your presence, and it was a very informative lecture. Now, moving forward, I will request Dr. R. Somvanshi to read the citation and proceed with the felicitation of our second guest for the event, Dr. Sanjaya Garwal, who is an eminent numismatist. Sir, please do the honors.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, you can hear, please.
Actually, before I read the citation, just I have to tell few words that some people may not be aware that IVRI has established a very good museum, and it was due to great efforts of our former director, Dr. R.K. Singh. So, there is Mr. Sanjaya Garwal. Actually, he has flooded our museum with rare exhibits, terracotta exhibits, bronze exhibits, and British and modern Indian coins. Due to all this great service, so this award is given to him. So now I read citation. Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, Bareilly takes opportunity to bestow Dr. C.M. Singh R.D. Sharma Best Technical Award 2020 to Sri Sanjaya Garwal, eminent numismatist and wholesale medicine trader, residents of Bir Sarwarkar Nagar, Bareilly, on the occasion of Dr. C.M. Singh Jayanti cum Indian Veterinary Doctors Day webinar, 30th November 2020, organized at Bihar Veterinary College, Patna, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna. Mr. Sanjay has a special interest and expertise in handling and working with ancient Indian coins, particularly Panchal ones. Mr. Sanjay has liberally donated a variety of terracotta and bronze items not only to IVRI Museum but also to Panchal Museum, MJP, Rohilkhand University, Bareilly. He has also gifted British India and modern Indian coins to IVRI Museum. His artifact donations have enhanced the value of IVRI Museum. Trust highly appreciates and recognizes his noble quality of preserving regional heritage in local museums. His contributions will benefit upcoming generations who are losing touch with Indian heritage, and this contribution will be remembered for long. So this is all. And presently Mr. Sanjaya Garwal, he is travelling, and I could see him in car with his family. He is travelling.
Now I'd like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Sciences University, to kindly confer this award to Mr. Sanjaya Garwal. Sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. It's a matter of great pleasure for me to confer Dr. C.M. Singh, R.D. Sharma, Best Technician Award 2020 to Sri Sanjaya Garwal ji. I I'm pleased to present him with the citation and the memento. Congratulations, Agarwal sir. Your work has been wonderful. I have seen the museum and I am highly impressed by the kind of collection which you have presented to the museum. And also, I compliment the efforts of Dr. Omansi and Dr. R.K. Singh, former director IVRI, for bringing up this museum. So congratulations, Agarwal sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir. And finally, I would like to again request Dr. R. Somvanshi to read the citation and proceed with the felicitations of our patron as well as the Vice Chancellor of Bihar Animal Sciences University, Dr. Rameshwar Singh, with Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Samman 2020. Sir, please do the honors.
Yeah.
Good.
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Dr. Rameshwar Singh. Dr. Rameshwar Singh obtained his master's degree in dairy microbiology from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal in 1977 and joined Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Nagar in 1978 as a scientist in the Agriculture Research Service. He played an important role in establishment of the microbiology section in Division of Animal Nutrition. He worked on human fermentation, direct fed microbials, animal probiotics, and biodegradation of lignin to improve the digestibility of crops. He also obtained his PhD degree from IVRI Nagar in the discipline of microbiology. Dr. Singh joined NDRI Karnal in 1995, where he played a major role in strengthening and modernization of the national collection of dairy cultures. He made innovative contributions at NDRI in the development of new dairy starter cultures, biodiversity of starter organisms, functional fermented milks, probiotics, and characterization of antibiotic resistance in food bacteria. He also served as Registrar, Deemed University, NDRI Karnal from 2004 to 2012. Dr. Singh also served at ICR headquarters as Project Directorate of Knowledge Management in Agriculture from 2012 to 2017. His innovative leadership brought new vibrancy of ICR publications, research journals, mass media and public outreach. Important events and ICR exhibitions, e-publication platform for research journals in agriculture. He also headed the consortium for e-resources in agriculture and introduced subscription of e-books along with research journals. Dr. Singh worked closely with National Dairy Development Board, Doordarshan Kisan Channel, Vigyan Prasar, and international institutes under CG system located at New Delhi. Dr. Rameshwar Singh is presently serving the Bihar Animal Sciences University Patna as Vice Chancellor. Under his able leadership, university is coming up as an important center of animal science, education and research in the region. Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, Bareilly, UP feels great honor to confer the Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Samman 2020 on Dr. Rameshwar Singh on the occasion of Dr. C.M. Singh Jayanti come Indian Veterinary Doctors Day webinar 30th November 2020 organized at Bihar Veterinary College, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna for his outstanding contributions in the advancement of dairy microbiology and innovative leadership, bringing in new vibrancy of ICR publications and public outreach. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I'd like to request. Thank you, sir. Now I'd like to request Dr. MP Yadav, sir, to felicitate Dr. Rameshwar Singh, sir, by presenting the memento. Sir, please.
I do hereby confer Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Samman 2020 to Dr. Rameshwar Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Bihar Animal Science University, Patna. Congratulations to Dr. Singh.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, sir.
बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you, sir.
Sir Gargi, please.
Sir. Now moving further, I would request Dr. Rameshwar Singh to address this presidential address. Sir, please do the honors.
Chief guest for today's function, Dr. B.N. Tirpati, Deputy Director General, Animal Sciences, Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Dr. M.P. Yadav, guest of honor for today's ceremony. Former Director IVRI and also Vice Chancellor Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, University of Agriculture and Technology. Dr. Nagendra Sharma, Dr. T.N. Kamra, Dr. R.K. Singh, Dr. B.P. Misra, Dr. Ramesh Somansi, Dr. M.L. Mehrotra, Dr. K.P. Malik, Dr. Gajraj Singh, and I find many other stalwarts and friends from IVRI and other sister institutions of ICAR, and my colleagues from Bihar Animal Sciences University, Dr. Garg, Registrar, Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dean Veterinary College, Dr. Ravinder Kumar, Director Research, Dr. A.K. Thakur, Director Extension Education, Dr. Veer Singh, Dean PGS, Dr. Mandal, Professor Animal Genetics and Breeding, and other colleagues who have joined the webinar online. I may have missed out some of the colleagues. I saw Dr. Gajraj Singh also and other. So please don't mind if I miss the names. It is not possible to mention everybody. I'm happy to see all of you today through this webinar. It's a matter of great pride for all of us to be involved in the celebrations of Dr. C.M. Singh birth Jayanti, Janam Jayanti. And as we all know that Dr. C.M. Singh did his graduation of Bihar Veterinary College in 1947. He spent 4 years from 43 to 47 at this place and completed the course with the gold medal and distinction. So this is a rare honor for and privilege for this college to have been the alma mater of none other than Dr. C.M. Singh, who immensely contributed in institution building and policy framework in the country, and also in the development of the profession in India. So we are so proud of Dr. C.M. Singh, and in fact, I thank Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust and Dr. M.P. Yadav for giving us this opportunity to host this webinar today. And I also compliment and thank Dr. Tirpati for agreeing to deliver the Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture. Dr. C.M. Singh started his journey of professional journey from this very institution. And in those days, it was the British era when he joined, and Dr. Davis was the dean here. So I have seen the degree certificates from sent by one of the students from Pakistan. In fact, from the Balochistan province, and all the original certificate was signed by Dr. Davis and other officers, and I guess in the same manner, the degree certificate of graduation was awarded to Dr. C.M. Singh also. The Details about Dr. C.M. Singh have been presented by none other than Dr. M.P. Yadav, who was associated with Dr. C.M. Singh since early 60s, and he continued his association at Mukteswar and then again IVRI and throughout his life. So the kind of account of Dr. C.M. Singh's activities given by Dr. Yadav is very comprehensive and leaves very little room for me to add much about that. I am lucky to be associated with Dr. C.M. Singh as I joined IVRI when he was director. I joined in July 78 and Dr. C.M. Singh was leading the institute, and I could see the kind of expansion and development and birth of new institutions, new laboratories, new divisions when I was at IVRI, and we could see the leadership of Dr. C.M. Singh. Again, I came to Bihar and I am again associated with the very college and university where Dr. C.M. Singh studied for his veterinary graduation program. And this is a rare coincidence, I will say, that again I am associated with the same institution here. So the kind of activities being done by the endowment trust are very commendable. A number of activities have been executed, planned, and implemented by the trust. I compliment all the officials of the trust and thank Dr. Somvanshi and other colleagues in the trust, office bearers in the trust, for bestowing this honor on me today. I am highly thankful to all of you for the same. As we could see the kind of vision Dr. C.M. Singh had, we are seeing the outcomes in today's life when we reflect back. We used to see seminars being organized on transboundary diseases, on emerging diseases, on antimicrobial resistance, and on high security, laboratories at that time. Now, with the kind of development or the kind of episodes of different pandemics, maybe of animal disease or maybe of human disease, this reflects that the vision which was given by Dr. C.M. Singh is never ending. It needs to be perpetuated continuously, and we can see the outcomes in today's world. The work started on high security animal disease laboratory and detection of various pathogens and how to forecast the emerging pathogens. So all this work was very futuristic, and this is a testimony to the visionary leadership of Dr. C.M. Singh, whose efforts led to the development of not only IVRI but also sister institutions like CARI, Izzatnagar, CIRG Makhdoom, and what we call is today's National Institute of High Security Animal Diseases at Bhopal, and many other facilities at IVRI in different ways. I was also would like to mention the kind of importance given by Dr. C.M. Singh to the laboratory animals. The small animal breeding, their quality, and their availability to all researchers was ensured by Dr. C.M. Singh. So we used to see the golden hamsters at Mukteswar campus, rabbits, and at IVRI Izzatnagar, the small animal division was very active and producing meeting the requirement of researchers in many ways. Dr. C.M. Singh also conducted, or encouraged work all areas of animal science development comprehensively, maybe production, maybe processing, maybe health or social science. So this was the approach that under one institution, under the umbrella of IVRI, we had the large number of divisions, around 21 or 22 divisions at that time, and also the number of facilities, all India coordinated projects, and so many initiatives which were taken. And as a result of his work in animal diseases, we could eradicate the deadly diseases as mentioned by Dr. Tirpati. 3 diseases have been eradicated, and anybody can guess that how much total contribution to the economy of India has happened due to the eradication of these diseases. Friends, it is our very humble duty to carry the legacy of our stalwarts like Dr. C.M. Singh, to propagate it further and to spread it throughout India. And we must recognize our heroes as it is done by other institutions, other organizations in the country. So I would like to appeal to all the audience here today to look forward and to actively consider how we can take forward the work started by the Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust and strengthen it for the sake of profession, for the sake of legacy, and for the sake of motivation of all professionals in the country. We are going to have the centenary celebrations, as Dr. Somanchi has told, and Dr. Stendra Kumar Singh, son of Dr. C.M. Singh, is also here today, and I guess that the elaborate planning is required for this, involving all stakeholders. The host institution can be selected, and further involvement from and active participation from ICAR, that is DDG Animal Sciences. I would request to Dr. Tirpati to make a long-term plan with the Endowment Trust, where we can have celebrations including stakeholders like National Academy of Veterinary Sciences, National Academy of Agriculture Sciences, NAS, then Veterinary Council of India, Office of the Animal Husbandry Commissioner, and state animal husbandry departments and their commissioners, and all ICR institutes. So that will be a tribute to Dr. C.M. Singh if we can make a good program involving the field veterinarians to the top scientific institutions and government offices in the country who are all stakeholders in the livestock sector and the importance of veterinary profession in today's context of One Health. That can be highlighted, or more appropriate areas can be seen. So I believe the Trust, Director IVRI, and DDG Animal Science, and other senior colleagues who are all associated with Dr. C.M. Singh, they will come together and formulate the plans for celebration of the Dr. C.M. Singh centenary celebrations in 2022. Friends, I would not take much time, only I would say on the personality of Dr. C.M. Singh, how I perceived it at IVRI. He was a very, very simple person, and having spent so much time abroad in America, his lifestyle was 100% Indian lifestyle. He was I don't know how some people, they get, totally westernized by, staying in the Western world. And many a times we all see the impression being talked about the Western influence. He could borrow the vision. He could see the importance of technology, importance of new areas, but he remained very, very simple in his personal life. And it was told to our youngsters like us that Dr. C.M. Singh is teetotaler, and he does not even take cold drinks. So that was the time that people used to take pride in all these things, but he will take only simple water instead of taking the carbonated beverages at that time. We could see him in the campus and during SRC and during various other meetings he chaired, and he also visited our laboratories and divisions with some of the visitors. So I remember those days and fondly cherish the memory of my time at IVRI with all the colleagues. So thank you, Dr. Somansi, Dr. Yadav, Dr. Mehrotra, for giving us this opportunity from this institution where Dr. C.M. Singh studied for his veterinary graduation program to host this program. I agree that we have not done much from this institution to the cause of bringing, to limelight the activities and the life of achievements of Dr. C.M. Singh. So Bihar Veterinary College and Bihar Animal Sciences University owe a lot to him, and more effort and more activities need to be done by my colleagues and by our institution here. So we will try to accelerate some of these issues, and I would appeal to all the young faculty here to be associated with the activities of the trust and to the cause of highlighting the legacy of Dr. C.M. Singh. So with these words, once again, I thank one and all, especially Dr. Somansi, Dr. Yadav, and Dr. B.N. Tirpati ji for joining this program and for giving this activity to Bihar Animal Sciences University. Thank you very much. I stop my lecture address here. Namaskar. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your experience with Dr. C.M. Singh with our dignitaries as well as the audience. We are fortunate enough that today within the audience we have Dr. Satyendra Singh, son of Dr. C.M. Singh, joining us live from the United Kingdom, and Dr. Anu Singh Kandi, daughter of Dr. C.M. Singh from United States of America. We are delighted to have them on this platform and would be elated to hear their experience of this program. Dr. Satyendra Singh, please do the honors and grace the stage.
So please unmute yourself.
Yeah. Yes, I'm unmuted now. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Namaskar.
Good to see you, Dr. Singh.
नमस्कार, आप सब लोगों को मेरी आवाज आ रही होगी? तो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर सीएम सिंह एंडाउमेंट ट्रस्ट, सारे वेटनेरियंस, आप सब लोगों को बधाई और माता जी का आशीर्वाद आप सब लोगों को इंडियन वेटनरी डॉक्टर्स डे पे और डॉक्टर सीएम सिंह जयंती पे. I would like to give a little background, if I may. I know we're short of time. I have to get to work very soon. And so I just wanted to give a little background of what it is for us who are not veterinarians, but aap logon ne, you refer to a legacy. So in a way, we are also part of that legacy. And for me personally, this started in September 2004, re-exploration of And interestingly, my name here says IVRI Kids. And that is true. We are literally Dane of IVRI. We have grown up there with the scientific institution. And so it was with Dr. Yadav in September 2004 that we started looking at also what could be the bigger role of us. Anu is also here. I'm delighted she is joining us. We call her Goody, but she's a professor in molecular biology. And so one of the things that Dr. Yadav then mentioned, he was then director, he will remember, was of sharing this legacy with a generation that will never know. It wasn't just the scientific achievements that the legacy needs to be passed on, but also the values with which he worked and the simplicity that you referred to just now. Well, we are testimony to that. We have grown up with that simplicity in high science and yet totally simple. And we feel that those are also things to take forward. And I will touch on three things here, and not going too much into Dr. C.M. Singh's life and his start, that particular tree, जो वो पेड़ भी हम लोगों ने देखा है, पंडित जी की कहानियां सुनी और जो एक किताब होती थी, that was all that was in his primary school. And that now extends on to an international veterinary library. I was delighted to hear of the museum. Well done, Dr. Somwanshi. I'm sorry, Dr. R.K. Singh, I still haven't visited. I do hope to visit that soon. And so the three things that I want to touch on, as Dr. C.M. Singh would say, idhar udhar ki or emotional baatein nahi kare. Lekin it did start with some emotional things. And as a family, we unfortunately, we were back together as a family only after we lost Dr. C.M. Singh. And it was actually very emotional for us as well to know how such a wide range of people, so many of you feel so much for Dr. C.M. Singh, and how the legacy, so many people told us about what he was as a teacher, administrator, builder, so many things we heard about. And it was very humbling for us as a family. And in that humility, I join you today. The three things I want to touch in is that one, I have a suggestion. You've already mentioned the One Health, that we would also like to contribute. I'm a surgeon. I have another two siblings who are in the medical profession. Anu is a plant biologist. So between us, we do different professions as well. And I feel that this legacy is not just for veterinarians, but this legacy is for all who want to do good, honest developmental work for India. And I am happy to tell you also that since 2007, I have also been working as a charity in India for a long time. Dr. R.K. Singh knows this well. And so a lot of things have happened for us as well. The nicest thing I feel that has happened is that we have broadened our horizons. The excellent talk you had today also is broadening our horizons. And I was just amazed to hear about the laboratory in a suitcase. And these are all things which are relevant to the medical profession as well. And especially Corona has highlighted how we need to be together in tackling diseases, not just animal diseases, but also human diseases and plant diseases. So a unified approach, especially in the context of climate change and the threat that humanity faces from so many things, is something that we have to be united on. So I feel this is also an opportunity for us to bring together different professions who would not ordinarily come together. I do know microbiologists come together, zoonoses, Dr. C.M. Singh had done a lot of work on, but it's more fields. It's the public health epidemiologists. So we perhaps at least in some forms we should lose that distinction of our particular specializations and interact in a bigger way as we are doing today, and taken a more broader view of the threats facing humanity. And India is, of course, key to that. So this was one suggestion I had for the centenary celebrations. And there are another two things that I want to mention to all of you. You are part of the fraternity we have, as Dr. Yadav described it as that Dr. C.M. Singh is our professional father. These were his words. And so he was our biological father. And this interaction actually opens out a very big world as well. And another thing I wanted to mention was that I would be delighted to come and visit the veterinary college where Dr. C.M. Singh started. And
Yes, yes.
I think as a small project called Footsteps, that I would want to start from Bilama, Jaunpur, where he did his schooling in Benares, and then the veterinary college. Then Anu, with Anu's help, we could explore Michigan and Cornell, where he was in the US. And then, of course, Mathura would be a very important key. And what we would attempt to do is to relate our experiences, but thinking about the times in which Dr. C.M. Singh worked. What was India like in 1922 when he was born? How science was progressing in India and in the rest of the world? Because we've heard childhood stories of the excitement of science in the 50s. So we've heard about this, and we've actually seen the building of IVRI and the excitement that was there, the passion that was there to build up the country. We have experienced it as little children, but we have experienced it as well. And then, of course, the IVRI and the Veterinary Council sort of tracing that journey. And Dr. R.K. Singh had suggested a biopic. And so this would also help towards that as well. And the last thing I want to mention is that Dr. C.M. Singh had a particular place in his heart and in his spirit for Mathura. And only in his last, which then became his last talk, 10th January 2005 at the IVRI, which I'm sure Dr. Somanshi remembers very well, he talked about his personal life philosophy. And this is, I think, the very first time he spoke. He only spoke about science, and he started with that apology. And his words were that today I shall not talk of science and technology, but I shall talk of something more important. And he talked then about his personal life philosophy and how the Gita guided him all throughout his life, including with scientific questions as well. And I do feel that part of this legacy is that we should have a place where people who are doing good, honest work, they have a place where they can come to maybe learn a little bit more about Dr. C.M. Singh as in a permanent place, but most important, have the courage to be able to do good, honest work. I don't want to be critical, but sometimes the atmosphere can be very challenging, and particularly in India, as you all know very well. So there should be a place which is like a permanent ashirwad, a place where we can reflect, where we can meditate, where we can be thinking of what we can do, being strong in that life that he lived of karmaniye vadhika raste. As we all know, he literally lived that life of Gita. It was not a lesson, it was not a book to read, but it was something to do. And if we can do this to strengthen a younger generation that is coming into a world that is not always very inspirational, I should say. So a place of inspiration. And this was described to Professor M.S. Swaminathan, whom I'm sure you all know. And he gave it a word, and he called it the science ashram. So the science ashram concept is something that I would like to work on with the support of all of you. Dr. C.M. Singh bought some land in Mathura in Jagannath Puri, right next to the Janmabhoomi, from where we look out to Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi. And he intended to retire. And as we all know, he never got to retire. And he used to joke about this as well. He used to call retirement as retirement. You get another tire. Retirement is what he used to call it. And in his last lecture, he did talk a lot to retired scientists as well, that there is so much that we can contribute even in retirement with our knowledge, skills, and most important, our ashirvad to a generation, a new generation that needs this inspiration, that needs to know the passion with which you people worked and where you have taken it now, so that India is leading in so many things, including vaccine production, high security disease laboratory. And this was a country that was in the 70s begging, literally begging for food. And so we have come a long way, but there is a long way to go, challenges ahead. So I would end with saying that we take this inspiration and try and build this into a sustainable, permanent inspiration that goes on to a younger generation. Thank you very much for hearing me. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Anu Singh Kandi, we would be delighted to hear from you your experience on this program. Ma'am, please do the honors.
Thank you. You're very sweet, by the way. We Americans here in America, we tend to be informal. So I just want to say namaskar and how impressed I am as a child of IVRI, seeing where the veterinary profession has come. When I was a child, wo Bareli ka ghar mein, with the big imli ka tree, I used to read books of all kinds, including about English veterinary doctors. I used to read all the James Herriot stories. And then it occurred to me, but there are veterinary doctors all around us. So I started paying closer attention. Papa's PhD students, I used to ask what their projects were and what they were doing. And there was a bhais with a cancer on it, parked in tied to one of the posts in our garden. So I was very curious about that. So that was my background, my experience of the veterinary field. I saw the science of veterinary science grow. And today, it was very impressive for me because I've seen, just like my brother was saying, how far things have come. I'm so impressed with the diagnostic tools. I'm using RNAi and CRISPR-Cas technology and quantitative PCR, and to see that you folks have some, I was thinking, ooh, I'd love to have some of those diagnostic tests and some of the technology that you folks are using. So it was very, very impressive. So you've come far, far ahead, and you're finer people than James Herriot was. So thank you very much for bringing me up to date with how the enormous success and the enormous progress that veterinary science has made. So, both impressed. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to add one more thing. And this is also relates to Dr. C.M. Singh. I do want to stress that Dr. C.M. Singh was not just for the scientists. He was the... Can you hear me? I can hear some horns in the background.
Yes, sir. So we are taking care of that.
Thank you.
Please continue, please.
Please continue.
So, one thing I was also, if you can hear me, can you hear me? So one thing I was also wanting to stress is Papa, as we called him. So we used to actually see him with all kinds of people. And yes, we were quite intrigued by having the laboratory in the home. But it wasn't just that. Anu mentioned the bhais with the cancer. Was it a lymphosarcoma? I can't remember. But so we heard all these words when we were little kids. And but he always had a word for the lab attendants. He had a word for the laborers, the malis, everybody. And he had a very high place for the farmers. I'm sure Dr. Yadav will remember that. So can I also suggest that in some way we should also in a local language be able to get out this thinking, this good thought to our brothers and sisters who are doing farming. As we all know, I mean, we are currently working on nutrition, and we are working on the connections, and Dr. Somwan, she's also helping us. And particularly, we are working with the Himalayan women who are bearing the brunt, as all agrarian societies, the people in the villages, they're bearing the brunt of the climate change, which they haven't contributed to. And in some ways, we should be helping them as well, if we can, that how the high science and technology that Anu was referring to, how it can be of use to the I don't want to use the word poor, but really the fact is that some of our farmer friends are really poor. It is a simple fact. So not just the high technology for the big companies, which is also important to compete in the world market, I do accept, but in some ways, if we can help with the highest technology, the best, and I'm speaking from a medical perspective, the best healthcare in the world. We are here in the UK, which probably has the best healthcare system in the world. And so if we can in some way take it to the people who are the most needy people, if we can take it, that would be a huge, huge outcome from the centenary celebrations. Because as people will remember, people who worked with him, he wasn't much for functions and loose talk. He was, हाँ भाई काम क्या हो रहा है, हाँ ऐसे बोलते थे नहीं डांट के. तो हम भी यही सोच रहे हैं कि वो डांट के बोलेंगे कि क्या तुम लोग बातें कर रहे हो, क्या काम कर रहे हो, ये बताओ. So thank you. I'm just was adding that little bit as well. Thank you. Lovely to talk to you.
Dr. Singh just mentioned about the love for farmers. If you permit, just I will share one small experience.
Sure, sir.
One day, some farmers, they came to visit IVRI when he was director, and he was requested to address these farmers in a hall near library, and Dr. Kunjru was in charge of library. And when Dr. Singh, he started addressing these farmers, he was overwhelmed. और उन्होंने जो शब्द यूज किया, उन्होंने कहा कि आज पहली बार वो लोग आए हैं जिनके लिए ये इंस्टीट्यूट बना है. ये इंस्टीट्यूट आपका है, आपके लिए बना है, आप आए हैं, हम बहुत इससे खुश हैं. And of course, then he gave his address. And actually, what I would suggest, Dr. Somanshi, if you plan a second memoir, there are many people who have wonderful experiences of his personal life, of his authority. Gate number 2 of IVRI closed by him because of some problem by the laborers. Of course, he solved that problem later, but did not allow procession and this jhanda. And he threw their flag then and there. And I was a witness there. And then he locked that gate. External people used to make noises there. And the gate is still locked. So his respect, and then still every director thought of this, but they considered that it's because his decision must have been because of some novelty in it. So that gate is, so his respect, his authority, his personal qualities, they are, as you mentioned, they are very important, and we all need such to heed And in the scriptures, Gita is one of the best one considered, and that he followed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, we have Dr. M.L. Malhotra, President, Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust. Please, sir, please say a few words and grace the stage. Dr. Malhotra.
Dr. Singh, please.
I just wanted to take my leave. I have to start work. So thank you so much for having me, Dr. Malhotra. I will catch up with you later on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Satan Singh. Thank you very much. All the best.
डॉक्टर बीपी मिश्रा को इनवाइट कर लेते हैं, वो ज्वाइन तो किया. So I think Dr. Malhotra may take some time. So I'd like to request Dr. BP Misra sir, Director IVRI, to share his views, few words about Dr. CM Singh sir. So Dr. BP Misra sir, please.
Thank you, Dr. Prasad. I think I'm delighted to be here in this afternoon and very happy to listen to all the dignitaries. I'll start by Most Honorable Professor M.P. Yadav sir, the former Director and former Vice Chancellor of Duty Merit. Most respected Dr. Rameswar Singh sir, Vice Chancellor Basu. Dr. R.K. Singh, former Director IVRI, Dr. B.N. Tirpati sir, Deputy Director General Animal Science, Dr. Somerji sir, the flag bearer of this CM Endowment Trust, Dr. J.K. Prasad, the Organizing Secretary, all the distinguished, I'm Dr. Kamra. We just heard Dr. Anu Singh, Dr. Satyendra Singh, the mantle of IVRI kids. I saw it's very delighting to see that tagline, and all the dignitaries and the officials of Basu. I would fail to name all and everyone, and beg pardon for that, but most respected all the IVRI fraternity to which this legacy belongs to. And on behalf of IVRI, I profusely thank everyone, and particularly the CM Endowment Trust, for having this celebration of a legacy who is called Dr. Chintamani Singh. I think as IVRI and our IVRI Ayans, we feel proud on the doyen of veterinary science of India, who has not only is a role model and a hero for all of us, and joining any occasion where we found to know his legacy, his lifestyle, his simplicity, and everything he has done. When you come across every day at IVRI campus, we see the road which has been named after the legendary Dr. CM Singh. It reminded us every day that this stalwart, the doyen of veterinary science of India, and his legacy, which we felt today even, and the simplicity, the determination, and the foresightedness with which the legend has seen the future, and a testimony of that is to do research in the emerging diseases, which in 1970s one would not believe that would come in a timeline, and it happened, and it makes disaster at this point of time. And also some of the unique facilities which have been already described by Professor Yadav and our Honorable DDG Animal Sciences, that his contribution in all sphere of veterinary science, be it laboratory animal research, which today we believe that this is one of those areas which has contributed to the basic fundamentals of research and also the emerging disease, all sphere of veterinary science. The legend has contributed, and we are fortunate to have such a doyen of veterinary science and the longest serving director of the Indian Veterinary Research Institute. I hope his legacy we will continue. And as I see the centenary celebration now on since 2022, and also the 75th years of independence of India, I think it will be a great opportunity for all of us at IVRI, being the institute which he created a modern veterinary science. I would, and also the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, I hope IVRI would be great to host that centenary celebration, and we continue to take forward the flag of this doyen, and we'll cherish the dreams, and we hope that we will move forward to a new era of veterinary science. And I take this opportunity again on behalf of the entire staff, students, everyone who are associated with this legacy of 131-year-old institute, which will be celebrating our Foundation Day on 9th December coming week. We would carry forward the mantle, and we foresee that we'll see a centenary celebration in 2022 would be a grand success. I thank you, and thank you for being, I am happy to be part of this celebration. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. We are pleased to know that you enjoyed the program. Finally, I would like to invite Dr. Ajit Kumar, Faculty Secretary of Bihar Veterinary College, to give his vote of thanks. Sir, please do the honors.
Thank you, Gargi. It gives me great pleasure to express vote of thanks on behalf of Bihar Veterinary Sciences University Patna and Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust on the occasion of the first Veterinary Doctors Day, come the Dr. C.M. Singh C.M. Singh Jayanti. It is great pride for all veterinarians that the first Veterinary Doctors Day is celebrated today. And first of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. B.N. Tirpati, sir, Director General, Deputy Director General ICR, Animal Sciences, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, Bihar University University Patna, Dr. Amritsar Singh, sir, and Mr. Sanjaya Garwal for their respective awards. Then I express my sincere thanks to our chief guest of today's program, Dr. B.N. Tirpati, sir, Deputy Director General Animal Sciences, ICR, for accepting the invitation and delivering the lecture, Dr. C.M. Singh Memorial Lecture on transforming livestock production through technology innovation and policy reforms. I take the opportunity to thank Dr. Amritsar Singh, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar University Patna, for his presidential remarks and sharing his experience with his Dr. C.M. Singh. His encouraging words always motivating us, and under his leadership, university has able to organize various events in online modes. Then I extended my sincere thanks to our guest or honor, Dr. M.P. Yadav, sir, ex-director IVRI, for accepting the invitation and enlightening the life and contribution of the Dr. C.M. Singh. Further, I extended my sincere thanks to Dr. J.K. Prasad, sir, organizing secretary of this program, and Dr. R. Sumansi, honorary secretary, C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, for their support and service, suggestion and involvement in organization of this program. In their leadership, this program is beautifully organized. Then I would like to thank Dr. Satyendra Singh, son of Dr. C.M. Singh, and Dr. Anu, daughter of Dr. C.M. Singh, for sharing their view about the Dr. C.M. Singh, and also Dr. Satyendra Singh for giving the some suggestion to improve the veterinary profession. Then I thanks to Dr. C.M. Singh Trust for giving the opportunity to organize this program and at Bihar University in Patna, and also thanks the CMC, those a person who involved associated with the Dr. CMC Trust, Dr. Nagendra Sharma sir, Dr. P.P. Mishra sir, Dr. IVRI, Dr. R.K. Singh sir, former director IVRI, Dr. M.L. Marutra sir, President Dr. CMC Trust, Nominee Trust, Dr. D.N. Kamra sir, former National Professor IVRI, Dr. Giriraj Singh sir, Dr. K.P. Malik sir, Dr. J.M. Kataria sir, Dr. X.K. Garwal sir, Vice President CMC Convents Trust, and other trustee members, along with Sri Sanjaya Garwal ji for their presence on this occasion. I take this opportunity to Dr. S.K. Gar, Registrar Basu Patna, Dr. Ravindra Kumar, Director Research Basu Patna, Dr. Veer Singh, DRID BPG Basu Patna, and Dr. Raman Trivedi, PSW Basu Patna, and Dr. Benivial, Dean SGIDT, and Dr. A.K. Thakur, Director Extension, for their presence on this occasion. I also express my thanks to all faculty members of Basu family and others who joined for this webinar or this program from different locations from the world. And finally, I would like to thank all persons who indirectly involved in organizing this program, including Gargi and PRO Satya Kumar. Thanks to all. Thanks all. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Ajit also.
Thank you, sir. It was wonderful to have you all on this platform. On behalf of Bihar Veterinary College, Patna, and Dr. C.M. Singh Endowment Trust, Bareilly, UP, I once again thank everyone for their gracious presence and active participation. This is me, Dr. Gargi Mahapatra, signing off. Have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.